Welcome back to STL Live. I'm Sarah Thompson, and my guests are Jacqueline Thompson and Tom Ridgely with Shakespeare Festival St. Louis. We've been talking about Into the Breeches, which starts next Sunday. You ready? So, this play is, you've done a great job in that first segment, giving a description about it. It's a comedy. It's for, now who's this really, is it for, it's definitely not only for women. We don't ever want to say something like that, but is it for families, or who will really enjoy this experience, this production?
Well, I think one of the things that's great about it is that George has written a play that I do think it's very human, it's very fundamental, it's very easy for anyone to connect with these characters in the story. So yeah, I mean, I think if you can, sit quietly for 2 hours, you know what I mean, and this play is for you. It's really something that plays across the board, which is cool.
And how does it feel for the organization to kind of veer into an area that isn't Shakespeare related? Now, obviously, the play itself, there's the literal sense of, the characters are doing a Shakespeare play.
Yeah.
But when you're getting into this area of not doing Shakespeare, I mean, how does it feel? Is this kind of, are you nervous? Are you excited? Are you anxious?
All those things. It is new and it is exciting. And yeah, it's a little bit, you're sort of wondering, how's it going to go? Both organizationally and also just in terms of, it being a new play as opposed to Hamlet or Romeo and Juliet, where there's some sort of, assurance that you have about, like, well, we know this play works. And now we obviously know that it works, but you never know how it's going to come out. And so yeah, the idea for the whole In the Works festival is programmed around plays that are in dialogue with Shakespeare. So each one of the plays has some Shakespearean element at the center of it.
Okay.
Into the Breeches is about these ladies coming together to put on a production of Henry V. There's also a show called A Most Outrageous Fit of Madness, which is a play written by Nancy Bell, who's directing Into the Breeches. And this is really a family play. This is a play that has already toured around to dozens of schools in the St. Louis area, and is doing a sit down here, like around the holiday weekend on Saturdays as a matinee, so that hopefully parents and their children can come and enjoy Nancy's really fun, funny, roly-poly take on a comedy of errors.
Okay, and is there one more? Is there, what's the 1,000 Natural Shocks?
The 1,000 Natural Shocks. This is really exciting because this is the newest play out of all of them. This play hasn't even had its world premiere yet. And it won't have had it even by the time the festival's over, because these are just staged readings.
Oh, okay.
So this is a play the festival's commissioned from a writer who, from his own book. So he'd written a book, and the festival commissioned him to adapt that into a play. And so what's happening is we're presenting staged readings, which is an opportunity for actors and a director to get around, work on the script some more, share it with an audience, get feedback from them so that they can learn about the play and go away, make improvements, and hopefully get it ready for a full production down the line.
And that's is that the same dates?
It's all in the span of the festival.
That same span.
Yeah,
Got
so
it.
that is Tuesday, November 6th, 7th, and 8th. That Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Okay, no, that's great. That's great. And Jacqueline, just to kind of toss it back over to you, I mean, you have been in tons of plays and productions. You teach theater as well. I mean, is there, I hate asking actors this, do you have a preference for Shakespeare or non-Shakespeare? I mean, but how do you, I won't phrase it that way, but how do you sort of approach sort of the two differently in a case like this, where if you were doing something that is Shakespeare, but doing something that's not?
I think as an artist, I'm just passionate about telling stories, like simple. I'm just passionate about telling stories, and I'm always looking and curious and interested in underrepresented voices and also topics and things that you don't see a lot of. So that's what I'm drawn to. That's what I'm most passionate about. So yeah, I don't have a preference. It's always like, what is this thing, and how is this topic, this story, this life being represented?
No, that's great to hear, because I do always wonder in the mind of an actor if there is just more of a, how you approach a character, and if there's more of a comfort zone, and some people who do Shakespeare like their entire career. And I don't know if you have anything to add to that. I mean, there are people who literally their breadth of work is Shakespeare, and others who it ranges from film, TV, you name it, theater.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's almost like food in a way. There's some people certainly that specialize in Shakespeare. But, you know, and I love Shakespeare, and I love Mexican food, but I can't have Mexican food every single day of the week. But I like to have it every Friday if I can.
Yeah, no, that's and I respect that. That's a good way to put it. It always just crosses, just crosses my mind. But I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much.
Thank
and
you
we've
for
got
having
the
us.
information there for you on the screen. Go check it out. It's Into the Breeches. It's coming up October 28th through November 24th. And as Tom mentioned, that also includes that during that festival time, A Most Outrageous Fit of Madness, as well as the readings of The 1,000 Natural Shocks. But more information can be found on their website at sfstl.com. All right, well, there's more STL Live coming up. Stay with us.